Right here's a moment of truth of sorts with as you can see, it spins and doesn't make that awful sound anymore. We got some sawdust out of it. It's wired, back up. This is kind of tight, this wiring here. I'd like to see a little more play, but that's the way it was. So I'm not gonna worry about it just now. It is plugged in, and we're gonna see if it spins. There it goes. That's high, medium, low. There you go. So we have movement here, and the thermostat does in fact shut it off. So there you go. Doesn't make too much of a terrible noise. And there you go. So much to our surprise, she's running. So the next step will be to clean these a little bit, and we'll put it all back together and we'll see it running. So stay tuned. All right, so the grates didn't come that clean. Whatever that black baked on stuff is, it looks like it'll chip off, and you could go through, with a fine-tooth comb and work on the grates. There's no broken slats at all, for what I can tell, which is kind of wild. All the sawdust came off, but there's still this black tar type stuff. But they're clean for now, and that's a start on that. You can see the same thing on the blades. All the sawdust is gone, but this stuff is still on here. It'll probably come off. You can see, you can kind of scrape it off. So eventually, someday, that'll be the deal. Because what really needs to happen with the rest of this is it needs to be fully disassembled, because there really still is sawdust everywhere. So if it runs, which we know the motor runs anyway, this is a candidate for, a real cleanup and restoration. But let's get the blades on and see how it goes with the blades on there. So as you can see, the blades are back on. It spins fairly freely, and as you remember from when I first found it, it was totally stuck up. And then when we took it out today, it was a little, moving, but that's way better than it was before. If we look, there's just so much sawdust in this thing. It's really everywhere. So, we'll run it today, and I'm going to put it back together and put it in storage. And then the next time this comes out, what it really needs to be is fully disassembled, all the stuff taken apart, so that the case can be washed out. It might need to be rewired, and just check all the wiring, whatever, right? But for now, it seems to be cool. Let's power it up, see how it does. Right, here we are with the yellow Sears, and let's run it to high. Medium. Shakes a lot. Here's low. Yeah, it shakes quite a bit. I don't know if you can see it. Laid up. It's pretty out of balance. Let's see if you can see that. See it? Now you can see it a little better. So yeah, it's running, but boy, is it out of whack. Not sure if it's because the blades are, kind of melted and slumped, or if it's not quite on the blade hub correctly. There might be a way to adjust it a tiny bit, but at least it runs. There's high. Spin down from high. It looks pretty cool in the video. So there it is. Not sure what's going to happen with that blade hub. It really is out of whack there. So I'm going to put the grates on, and we'll see what it looks like done. Little thing or not, you know how these are. This grommet, I managed to get it back in there. You know how that is. Sometimes they're not really reusable. So that's that. Not really sure. I tried to realign the blades a little more, but not really sure that made a difference. Alright, grates will go back on next. Okay, I've had the blades off and on a few times now, trying to get them more even on the shaft. Not sure, but it seems to have gotten a little better. I was trying to put a little piece of paper as a shim on the shaft to get it to wag one side or the other a little bit, but that didn't want to work. But let's see if it shakes as bad as it did before. Yeah, it's pretty much about the same. Well, it is what it is. You have to live with that. Again, it doesn't look as bad to the camera as it does to my eyes. You should see it. It's pretty uneven. Just melted. I bet it, sat in one position for 10 years or 12 years in the hot heat, 15 years, who knows how long it sat for. And that seems to be what happens with some of these plastic blades, is they sort of slump, they sort of melt and slump in the position that they were left in. You can even see it right about there. Is probably how this sat for 20 years or more. So it might not turn out to be a smooth, even runner, but at least it's running now. It wasn't doing that before. Alright, so here it is, the yellow Sears. The sawdust is gone, but it still has a lot of this black stuff all over it, which does appear to be crumbly and might come off at some point. But you'd do just as well to find a donor fan and get new grates for it. I don't know if this is any more yellow than the regular fans. They're going for a yellow theme, but I don't know if this grate is any different than the other ones. Other than it would say Sears on it with a greenish yellow tag here, as opposed to black with Galaxy, right? Or Lasco or whatever. So that's that. The back is sort of the same, it's not as dusty, cleaned it off, but it's still got this weird stuff on it. Again, varnish or whatever from the process of doing cabinets, because this was a cabinet maker's shop fan. Now, let me flip it back. One of the things I'll say I like about it is it's not that heavy. I tried to get the blades evened out, but boy, they're just wobbly. Here she is on high. It's okay on low. Okay, you can really, it's on a pretty forgiving surface. This isn't a little table deal, but it does shake a good amount. So yeah, one of the things again that we're concerned about is the sawdust in the windings and everything. I got some of it off of there, but not really enough. And so if you were to run this for any amount of time, I would do it with the grates off, and I would check the temperature of the motor a few times. I think the thing really to do would be to, get another motor for it. I don't know, sawdust is not cool. So yeah, it runs fairly quietly. You can hear it shake a little bit because of the off-balance blade hub, as you can see. And we'll go back to high for a spin down. This newly freed Lasco Sears yellow box fan. So considering this was totally stuck, it's nice that it's running now. So there you go. Interesting to see. So, this will need maybe a donor fan, certainly a new cord, even though the cord seems okay. It's got the same black crap on it. So whatever, there you go. It's an interesting thing. I got it for $3, so that's a start. And so at least it runs. Nice to see it run, and we'll put it in storage, and maybe next over the winter or something we'll do a little more with it. Again, it needs to be totally disassembled, cleaned, get all the dust all out of it, sawdust. I say dust, this is not regular dust, it's packed with sawdust. I'd say overall, since when I got it from the beginning, there's enough sawdust in this fan to build a pretty nice birdhouse. Jesus, it's packed, and so is the little Westinghouse thing. The little Westinghouse floor fan that came with this as well. So there you go. Thanks for watching. If you have any thoughts on parts fans or whatever, I've just been watching eBay. Do you think that these grates are yellow more than a normal Galaxy? That's the real question. I'm not 100% sure. I think anything would look better than what's on here now. So, thanks a lot for watching. Have a good fall, and take her easy out there in fan land.